Chapter 6. It was a normal day, and the sun was high in the sky. Waffles was in Jeffrey's arms, and Pamela skipped beside them. They turned right just in time to see a mailman putting a letter in the Andersons' box.
"Hey, you!"
Pamela said. The mailman had a round face, a top hat on, and he looked back at Pamela and Jeffrey.
"Who are you?"
Jeffrey said.
"Friends call me Rust. At least they would if I had any. But you can call me Rust,"
he said. Pamela pulled out the letter and opened it.
"What is this?"
Pamela said, and showed Rust the letter.
"I don't know. How am I supposed to tell a McDonald's ad from a letter to the president?"
"Well, this is a wedding invitation, but it was definitely not meant for me. On the envelope, it says it's from Mom and Dad to Pamela, but it doesn't make sense that they would invite me to a random wedding."
"What do you have to say about that, Rusty?"
Jeffrey said, and gave Rust the stare down. Rust nervously glanced between Jeffrey, Pamela, and the mismatched mail.
"I'm just trying to earn a living and save up some for my mama. Oh, Mama, don't leave me,"
Rust said under his breath. Pamela looked at Jeffrey questioningly.
"What did he say?"
Jeffrey shrugged.
"All right. We'll let you go. Just be careful with what you're sending."
Yes, sir,"
Rust said and drove off.
"We need to let the others know about this."
Go ahead and text the PDPT group chat. Our shift is over now. Back to base, soldier.
"Yes, sir,"
Pamela said, and gave him a casual salute. Lauren walked toward the VFW building. It was a nice day, and she'd wanted some exercise. She carefully looked down every road she passed, in case she saw anything suspicious. The Veterans of Foreign Wars building had just come into sight when she saw Pamela, Jeffrey, and Sean. Crossing the sidewalk, she joined them. A truck slowly crawled down the same road. Pamela looked up at Jeffrey and raised an eyebrow.
"Is there something wrong?"
Putting on a neutral face, he said,
"We're being followed."
Pamela's eyes went wide. Lauren and Sean glanced at each other anxiously. The road came to an intersection.
"Now!"
Jeffrey hissed. They heard a truck door slam. Running like their pants were on fire, the PTPT darted off to the left. Following Jeffrey's lead, they skirted buildings and cut across lots. Lauren had no idea where they were at this point, but there was no time to think, as the sound of footsteps pounded behind them. Sean had grabbed Pamela's hand as she struggled to keep up with Jeffrey, who seemed all in his element, ordering them to keep up. Jeffrey led them down a dark alley in hopes to lose the pursuers, but they were faster than the team had thought, and they were quickly surrounded. There was one man in front of them, two behind. Not missing a beat, Jeffrey headed for the right and jumped straight into a small tunnel with no perceivable light at the end. Sean, Pamela, and Lauren quickly followed, and in a split second, they realized their mistake. They had jumped straight into the back of the henchman's truck. The henchmen blocked the opening of the trailer, and one of them held a coil of rope.
"Sorry, not sorry,"
said the henchman with the rope. He grinned, but his grin turned to shock as Jeffrey tackled him from the side. The rest of the team gasped as the man hit the floor, dazed yet still conscious. Then Pamela clapped her hands over her mouth as one of the other two henchmen tasered Jeffrey, knocking him out cold. The PDPT sat in silence as the henchmen tied them up and moved to close the door. The truck went dark. The hopes of the Postal Disorder Prevention Team had been dashed. How could everything have gone so wrong? As their eyes adjusted, they looked around at one another. Against all odds, a glint of something shone in Sean's eyes. Could it be hope?